Hello and welcome to another edition of the teppidPodcast, or the Monday Chester League Pool Archives. And today is a special episode because it's 10 years since the first Cottage B team started up playing in the Chester League. Since then there has been two other Cottage B teams. So we're going to be looking at the last 10 years basically. So with me tonight, naturally, I've got the first captain of the second Cottage B team that joined the Cottage, and currently Bridgewater Monday League captain. It's Nick Allen. Hello, Nick.
Hello.
Excellent. And I'm of course Andy Jackson, and I, with Dave Deans, started up the first Cottage B team in 2011, and I caught up with Dave, and we had a chat about what our intentions were of starting up the team, and here it is. Hello, Dave.
Hello.
What?
Hello.
Okay.
Hello.
Hang on. Okay, let's try that again. Hello, Dave. How are you doing?
Yeah, hello Andy, I'm not too bad, thanks.
Oh, that's fantastic. Okay, so it's been 10 years since we started up the pool team in Chester.
Oh, that was a long time ago, weren't it?
It was, yeah. So what do you think our intentions were when we started up this Chester League team?
I think just enter a league and have a bit of fun and see where we got up to, really.
Yeah, I think we were trying to take it quite seriously, weren't we?
Well, you was, I wasn't.
Well, I'll put it this way: we were playing in the Birkenhead Wednesday League, and
that was a good league. That was a good league.
We had Chezo playing with us, who was a good player.
Yeah, we had Anto playing as well for us.
Yeah, we had Anto, Goodacre, Danny Davis, a few decent players. Tucker, Roy Boy.
Yeah, it was a quite good team. It's what happened to that team?
Well, my gut feeling is it didn't continue after the first season. But Chezo wanted to play with us in this Chester League, didn't he? And he started coming down to play.
Oh yeah, I remember now. Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
And we had Ronnie Wilson come down.
Yeah, Ronnie Wilson.
Cliff Hurst, Gerry Maddox would offer their services as well.
Yeah, it was nice they played a few games for us, didn't they?
Obviously we had Big Al and Simon Atkins, people like that. So we did have a strong team, didn't we?
Yeah, it was just hard to get us all together on the same night.
I think that was partially me as well, because I was trying to get a team that was suitable for the opposition we were playing. I thought if we were playing a weak team, we didn't need all the strongest players to play for us. But in hindsight, that probably wasn't the sensible thing to do. But we had a big squad, and we had squad players, and we got off.
Yeah, we did.
So yeah, let's backtrack a little bit. So we were looking for a venue to play at. We looked at number 15. Do you remember? We went round the pubs in Chester one night. We had a look at.
Did. The one upstairs who had loads of pool tables. Was it Off the Wall, was it?
Yeah, we looked at Off the Wall, yeah. And then,
we did.
I looked at them a couple of years later as well. That's right. But we found out that the most suitable venue would be the Cottage, so we decided to play from the Cottage.
Yeah, it was a nicer venue.
Where the league was run from. Yeah, the table was okay, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was okay. It's a bit tight, but it was okay.
Yeah, we we did play the Cottage first couple of games. We got off to a winning start. You personally won in the singles. You lost with Ronnie in the doubles, but we won that one 5-2. And then the turnaround home fixture, you won again in the singles, and we won 4-3.
I don't think I played many games because I ended up moving to Shropshire, didn't I?
Yeah, well, we'll get to that in a minute. The next game was a Golden Eagle away, and we lost that one 5-2. You were one of the couple of players that won, you and Chezo. Me and you lost a doubles. And then, of course, it was a Monday before we went to Florida on the Tuesday.
Oh, right, cool.
And that was when you beat Dave Griffiths, former England international.
Was he?
Well, I'm sure. Well, you didn't shut up about it for the whole holiday, so yeah, it was.
I think I do remember a bit now. Yeah.
You were telling
it was a good win.
When we were playing 9-ball in America, you were telling everyone you beat an England player on the British game. Yeah, we played some pool, didn't we, over in Florida?
Yeah, it was good. Yeah, played some pool.
And you're sending some messages to Big L because he was captaining the team for the Anchor game, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
So Big Al captained the team to a 4-3 win, and then I was back for the next game, which we won 5-2 against the Anchor, but you weren't there. So what was it? Did we have an argument in Florida or something?
You know, off camera, off this call, you know why, don't you?
Well, you're saying it was because we didn't go back with those two girls, right?
Yeah, it was a little bit. Yeah, it was, but we were only young at the time, and yeah, I just think we just stopped talking. I don't know, because I moved and I didn't end up playing for you after that. Really,
you didn't.
It was all right.
Moved to Shropshire.
Yeah, moved to Shropshire. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. The story was that I didn't want to leave the car, did I? And we were going to go back with a couple of girls and have a drink.
I said to you that why don't we take the car back to the apartment, and then we get a taxi, and then we can go to the girls' house. But you declined, and I think I wasn't very happy about it. But because we were on holiday. Yeah, it was a long time ago.
Yeah,
but
it was. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Given the opportunity again, Dave, if we can get over there again or something, and you want to do something, I'm sure I'll be more than happy to oblige.
Yeah.
But yeah. Well, that's it. That's the story when myself and Dave Dean, we started up the team, didn't we? And the team lasted for 3 years, and then other teams were formed in Chester as well as a result of what we did.
Yeah, because there was a few. Didn't Rob and Cliff get their own team? Did they?
They did eventually on Thursday. Yeah.
Yeah, and that was because of us, really.
Yeah, exactly. We started something great there, Dave, and I'm sure a lot of people will be grateful that they had some good nights out playing pool because of it.
It's just a shame that we couldn't carry it on up to people's commitment, and I moved to Shropshire, and became quite difficult. And
well, you showed your face a few years later, didn't you? A couple of times probably, but you showed your face in 2016, 2017, something like that, didn't you, when you played for Nick's team on O'Reilly's?
I think, I was staying at my sister's, and I was playing a lot in Shropshire, playing with a good team in Shropshire, and we had a few England internationals playing for them, and
Dave Pritchard.
Yeah, he played for England probably in the 90s. Yeah, and there was and then I went to Cornwall after that, didn't I? And we're back in touch again.
And that's it. You since popped around the Ellesmere Port League last season, didn't you?
Yeah,
for a little bit.
Yeah.
Had a game of snooker with my dad.
Yeah, it was a good game of snooker. And, yeah, I just want to play, but I do want to play for a pool team again, the Ellesmere Port. But
watch this space.
Not a serious one, just someone to have a laugh with. You know, I want to be able to play every week and not take it seriously. I play for 2 county pool teams, so I just rather have more fun with it now instead of taking it seriously.
Yeah, and the Merseyside Singles League, that was quite competitive at one point, wasn't it?
I was. I think I didn't do well in that because I couldn't drive, and I was making my way to from Shropshire to Merseyside on
Were
the
you?
train, and before I got there, I was tired, and I just got
Yeah,
fed
it
up
would be.
really
Yeah.
doing that. So I stopped playing that, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't blame you. So yeah, thanks very much, Dave. It's been great catching up with you, and would we see you in the Chester League maybe in the future?
Yeah, I'll play in the Chester League. I don't mind when this pandemic's over and everyone's healthy.
Yeah, again, transport probably another issue, isn't it? If you can get
Yeah.
down there, I imagine
Yeah.
you'll play. Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to say on your video, rest in peace, Gerry Marsden, and he was a good friend of my father's, and sadly he passed away.
Yeah, absolutely. Want to say anything more about that?
Well, my dad went to his funeral, and then it was sad times. Yeah, shame.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, there's something for the Liverpool fans listening.
Yeah, he sang "You'll Never Walk Alone." Did you know what? All the years I've known him, I've never ever asked for his autograph.
You're a gentleman, Dave.
Yeah,
Don't want to hassle him.
I've been in his house. I've had a cup of tea. You know, my dad was his handyman, working around his house. You know,
Yeah.
his garden and painting his house, and yeah.
Yeah, great.
It's a
Great
shame.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe there'll be some sort of memorial service where you could pay your respects.
Yeah, there is. I'm invited. I'm invited to it. So
Yeah, that's
I'm
wonderful.
invited to it. Yeah, it's just a shame. Just sad, really.
What cup of tea was it? Earl Grey.
No, 2 sugars, but I think it wasn't nothing fancy, really. It was just a normal cup of tea.
Yeah, he probably wouldn't have something like Yorkshire Gold, would he? I think he's very true to his Merseyside roots.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Okay, well, maybe
Well,
we'll. Sorry, so you were saying, Dave?
No, I'm just hoping to play in the Chester League again and Ellesmere Port League.
Yeah, I'm sure there's lots of players who will want you in that league. Lots of captains who'll be interested to have you.
I don't know. There's a few, but a lot of teams are folded up at the moment. They've got their own players, so there's a few teams want me. I think there's 1 or 2 want me, but I'm just happy to help them play if they're stuck, or just to a night. It's more of a night out for me now, to be honest.
Yeah, well, that's very good, Dave. Well, maybe we'll catch up with you again on the podcast again in the future.
Yeah. Okay then, Andy.
Okay,
You take care, and thank you very much.
You too. Thank you very much. It's been an absolute pleasure. Cheers,
Thank
Dave.
you. Cheers. Thank you. Bye. Bye.
Thanks very much to Dave for that interview. Okay, so now you've got the picture of how it all started. Well, we're going to go back to the first game of the season, and what better place to start on the 15th of August 2011 against the Cottage A team. Nick, before we get into it, what can you say about the Cottage A team?
They've got a good team. A few players who could play county if they wanted to. They've got a good safety game. It's a difficult team to play against.
So Nick, having known me for a few years now and known the level and standard of teams I've played in, and bear in mind we'd not played in the Chester Monday League before, how would you think we'd fare in the opening match we played against the Cottage?
Well, we had a good team, I thought. So I give them a good game.
Yeah, when I joined up with you, Nick, we had a good team. Probably not quite as strong as So if I name the lineup of our team: Simon Atkins, Alan Cavanagh, Dave Waldron, Dave Dean, Maurice Chesterman. Somebody probably doesn't ring a bell with you. And in the doubles, Simon Atkins and Maurice Chesterman, and Ron Wilson and Dave Dean. Dave Dean, obviously former Wiltshire County B player. So does that sound like a strong team going into the opening match?
Knowing the ones I know, I expect to be close. So yes.
So the result was 5-2 to the new Cottage team. Simon Atkins went on and won, as did Big L. Dave Waldron lost, but Dave Dean won, and so did Maurice Chesterman. And Atkins and Chesterman won the doubles, and Wilson and Dean lost the doubles. So 5-2. A good start, I think. And judging by the intentions me and Dave Dean had, I think it's. I think that's about par for the course, really. The next week, because this is how they did it back then, you played the same team home and away. So of course it was the Cottage A again, this time technically at home, but at the same venue. And this time 4-3 to the new team. Ron Wilson, having complained the previous week about not getting a singles, he went on first and won. Nick, we were talking about this a couple of weeks ago. You never really got the chance to put Ron Wilson on first, did you?
No, I didn't, because he came late. But I don't think that was partly his fault, because he came with someone else, and he came with when he played for me, didn't he?
He was picking Chris up, wasn't he?
Yeah, and I think Chris was a bit awkward about when he was coming and that.
Yeah, well, Chris was coming round to his, and he was late coming round. Yeah. Yeah, stories like this we can talk about, as we'll be talking about, well, at the end of this episode, really, the newest of the Cottage B teams that came about. So Ron Wilson, I always like putting Ronnie on first. He was a good bet for an opening winner. Yeah, I actually came up with a little table when I first started this team up, and because we had a lot of players, I'd sort of said, well, I'll put this guy on first, and if he wins, I'll put this guy on. If he loses, I'll put the other guy on. So in this chart, I've got Simon Atkins, and if he wins, Alan Cavanagh goes on. If he loses, Dave Dean goes on. And then if Dave Dean wins, Alan Cavanagh goes on. If he loses, Ronnie goes on. So if we lose the first 3 games, Chesterman goes on, Chezo goes on. And any other situation, Chezo's playing man 5. So there's no denial, Chezo is our strongest player, and I think that there probably wouldn't be any dispute in that, because of his standard in the Wirral Merseyside setup. Birkenhead or Wallasey Pool League champion he was the previous year, I think. So we had a very strong player in Chezo. But yeah, so Chezo has won his 2nd game of the season, and you'll see that he goes on quite a good run here. So 4-3. I came on first. Yeah, just to reiterate, Ronnie won, Dave Dean won, Alan Cavanagh lost, Maurice Chesterman won, Simon Atkins won, and Dave Waldron got his first win in the doubles again. No, he didn't. Sorry, him and Chesterman lost the doubles, and then myself and Ronnie lost the singles, lost the doubles as well. So we lost 4-3. Not as good as the previous week, but would you be concerned after that 5-2 and 4-3 win against the Cottage, Nick?
Did the Cottage have the same team as the week before, or was it different players?
That's a good question, actually. On the screen here is a fella called Dave House. You can see some other Cottage players in the background. Now, Dave House, I'm pretty sure he played Ronnie in this first game, and Ronnie beat him. Dave House, absolutely fantastic guy. I don't think he would have still been with us when you joined playing from the Cottage, Nick, in 2014, whenever it was. So yeah, you can see that they've got Will and they've got Tim. They've got. I don't think Colin was there by then, but they had John and Simon. No, is his name Simon? Sid. Sorry, Sid. So they did have pretty much the same team. They've had that team pretty much for at least 10 years, Nick.
Yeah. So you shouldn't be really concerned. No, because they can be hit and miss, can't they?
Yeah, but I think this Cottage A team, more often than not, sort of nearer the top of the table. So I think it's a decent start for the new team. So we're going away in the next match to the Golden Eagle. Have you heard of that pub, Nick?
No.
No, I think this was the only season where they played. So it was a 5-2 loss. Wilson lost, Dean won, Waldron lost, Chesterman won, and I lost. So probably the two strongest players we had have won. I went on with Dave and dragged him down in the doubles, and Alan Kavanagh dragged Maurice Chesterman down. So a 5-2 loss at the Golden Eagle. But the full on that basis, how do you think we'd get on in the home match the week after?
Hopefully win, because it's a different table, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I'd say it was more to do with the team we had out, possibly, but yeah, Golden Eagle at home won 5-2. Maurice Chesterman came on and won. Cliff Hurst. See, the idea was we had Cliff Hurst and Gary Maddox for the tough games. So Cliff Hurst won, Dave Dean won, Ron Wilson won, so that's a 4-0 lead. Gary Maddox, arguably the strongest player in the team, lost. But then Chesterman won with Simon Atkins. Cliff and Gary lost in the doubles, but 5-2 win there at the Cottage. So yeah, on the basis of that team, it's a very strong team. Possibly the strongest we've ever had in the Chester League, I think. I don't think it was the last time that we played such a strong team that season. As I've explained with Dave, that was when myself and Dave went to Florida. We luckily got to Florida, as we've said, and Big Al was in charge for the next match at away at the Anchor. Do you know anything about the Anchor, Nick?
I don't think where the Anchor is.
I think it's.
No,
I think he ended up there on a bike ride during lockdown. It's sort of fairly close to the football stadium, I believe.
Oh, right. Okay.
Sort of saltney way. So they actually won. Jack Neal, who came down with Simon Atkins and Dave Waldron, he won. Simon lost, and Big Al got a win for himself. Ronnie Wilson won. He's on a good single stint here, 3 wins out of 4. And then Dave Waldron lost. Big Al and Ron Wilson started a good doubles partnership, and Atkins and Waldron lost, but 4-3 at home to the Anchor. The next week was a home match against the Anchor, and 5-2. I'm gonna get to the point where I'm just gonna meaninglessly say names and scores, the point where it doesn't become interesting anymore. But with, I suppose, a couple of big guns, you could say. I mean, Chesterman missed the last one, but I'm not on good form here. Simon Atkins won, I lost. Wilson won again. Chesterman won. The other team didn't have a player, so we got a bye win there. Big Al and Ron's doubles partnership finally got a defeat, well, in its second match. But Atkins and Waldron won 1-0. So in fact, Dave Dean wasn't back there, even though he'd come back from Florida. Maybe he was just nursing the hangover he'd had, or had fallen out with him or something. And in fact, I don't think he turns up anymore. Not to be seen in the Chester League till a few years later when he turned up for your team, Nick. So So you don't recognise this Morris Chesterman then, our star player this season then?
No, doesn't ring a bell.
He's do you want to know his record?
Yes.
In the Monday League, played 20, won 17, lost 3.
Oh, so he's a really good player then.
85% singles win ratio, and 100% in the 50% in the doubles.
So he's a really good player then.
Yeah. No, sorry, 67% of doubles, won 6, lost 3. Yeah. Yeah, very good player. Ronnie Wilson was second in the stats. This is when Ronnie was getting the better of me most times. And then Simon Atkins probably third. The likes of Cliff and Gary didn't play very much. So yeah, let's move on, and we'll just go through some more of these venues and matches. So the New Glyn, 5-2 at home, a win. Lost 4-3 away. Wagon and Horses, won 5-2 away, won 5-2 at home. And then Highfield lost 4-3 away, won 4-3 at home. That was another one where we got the big guns out. Cliff and Gary came down, and this time the opposite of when they'd last helped us out. Gary won his singles, Cliff lost, and Cliff and Gary won the doubles. And it's interesting in this one, Scott Lomax played with Chezo, and I think he was half cut in that one. And Chezo absolutely dug so deep to win that doubles. He had to pull out a finish out of nowhere, just so he could win on the night. Cliff turned around to me and said, "You're a weak captain. Lomax has been asking you for a match all night, and you've finally given in to him." So, do the New Glyn, the Wagon and Horses, or the Highfield, those last two in Blacon, do those venues mean anything to you, Nick?
The Wagon does, yes.
Have you played there?
Yeah, we played there on the 30 with St. Werburgh's, didn't we? I got robbed.
Oh,
I potted the. I was on the black, potted the black, and the white went in, but it was a funny. It wasn't level. The table wasn't level.
Oh.
So the white shouldn't have gone anywhere near the hole.
Yeah, it's not nice, is it, when you're cheated out of a win?
Yes.
Was I playing in that one?
I think you were. Yeah, Mike was as well.
Because I know they shut the Wagon down probably from this season right up until when we played that season with Werburgh's.
Yes. Yeah. I think it's back open again because I think they're trying to get a team again back in the league, in the Thursday league.
Yeah. Yeah, I won't say the story I heard as for why it shut, but back in. We can see Highfield as well. I mean, this is where Ray Cheers and Jordan Parkinson were playing when we started out. Paul Hallowell. Had a great team from here, so it really was a good 4-3 win when we pulled it off against them.
Yeah, because they all can play.
They certainly can, Nick. They certainly can. Yeah, have you anything more to say about these Blacon pubs, or shall we crack on?
Well, there's not many of them left open, is there? But that's probably Blacon. That says it all.
Yeah, of course. Not the worst place I've been to. Has its good man. And of course, down the road from Blake in Edgerton Sorgall. But before we get there, 28th of November 2011, away at the Gardeners, and we go 4-0 down in that one. Big Al, Ronnie, Dave Waldron and Atkins all lose. Chesterman pulls out of it, still with a 100% record after 13 games, I think it is. Me and Ronnie won the doubles, as did Simon and Chezo. So yeah, you must have played at the Gardeners, Nick.
Yes. I don't think I've ever lost there.
Small table.
Yes. in a funny place. It's because like a playroom, isn't it? Really.
Well, the away team have got a nice sitting area, from what I remember. They've got a couple of couches to sit on.
Nice sitting area. They don't play there anymore because the landlord, who's the landlord there now, is the landlord at the Bridge Inn.
You mentioned the Bridge Inn last week, didn't you? Now that's
Yeah.
You mentioned the food at the Bridge Inn, did you?
Yes. Yeah. He's got a chef there now, and all the guys who are playing for the Gardeners have all gone there to play for him. So they don't have a team anymore.
What the Bridge don't have a team, or the Gardeners?
The Gardeners don't.
Oh, okay, because we've had two teams a lot.
Yeah, one team on a Monday plays at the Mount, what's over the road from the Gardeners, and then the other team, what was their team, plays at the Bridge. And they have two Bridge teams on a Thursday.
Is that an upstairs table, Nick, or?
No, that's downstairs.
Have they still got a bagatelle table?
No, don't think they have. No.
Well, I used to go to the Bridge for pub quizzes, and they always used to give us a good chip butty or whatever. So yeah, very very well fed. If anyone's listening,
Yes.
try the Bridge.
Yes.
So that's the Gardeners anyway. I'm sure we'll be playing at the Gardeners again, and we can. Unless you got anything else you want to say at the minute, Nick.
No.
So the next game was Edgerton Sorrel away, and I'm pretty sure this is where we met Amy Spryer for the first time.
Yeah, did she not work there?
Yeah, I think she was. Yeah, she. Although it could have been, it could have been the following season, but yeah, it was definitely one of these times where I met Amy, and they've given us a good hammering. Ronnie's the only one to win in the first 7 games, and the next week was an improvement. Lost 4-3. I won a couple. Again, for some reason we played the doubles 5th and 6th instead of 6th and 7th, so I got a couple of wins that night, much needed, I think. Chesterman, Chesterman had. I think he'd stopped coming at this point. Yeah, I think after the Gardeners results, I think as a captain, I thought 2-4-3 losses. I thought we can't win the league now, and it kind of, Chesterman had lost his first game. Well, he'd lost with Dave Waldron the previous week at the Highfield, and he'd lost his singles against the Highfield. So yeah, he'd lost a couple, but he's still a fantastic win, as I've told you, Nick, wasn't he?
Yes. And
he used to cycle down as well, get the train and then cycle from the Wirral. And so I think after those 2-4-3 home defeats, the away defeat and the home defeat, I thought, well, we can't win the league now. We've got 6 games to go, and I think we should have still really gone for it and tried to get in the top 3, which I'm sure we would have done, but we didn't. So it's bad captaincy on my part, I think. But yeah, we'll see that even getting 5th place wasn't that easy in coming seasons. What kind of target do you kind of set yourself as a captain, Nick, in terms of league finishing position?
Depends if we've got a very good team and I got a good team, I try and aim for the top 4.
Bit like the Premier League. So you want to, if then you find you can't make the top 4, do you still want to make sure you get in the top 5 or 6?
Yes, just try not finish bottom.
Absolutely. I think my head kind of dropped as captain. You can tell when we lost 6-1 away at the Edgerton. We lost 4-3 in the next one, and I played well, like I've said, with the 2 wins. In fact, it was only me and Ronnie that won that night when we lost 4-3. But then, yeah, we play another good team, and this would have been someone I'd be getting Cliff and Gary to come down with. But we go away to the Saltley Ferry. I apologise, the only pictures I've got are of the Saltley Tavern. I cannot remember what the Saltley Ferry looks like. Have you ever been there, Nick?
Saltley Ferry.
And it's not the Saltley Tavern, which is the picture I'm showing you.
Yeah, and trying to think.
They haven't had a full team there in years.
I don't think so.
It's casually, yeah. I think it's technically Wales, isn't it? Something. Where the pubs are.
These guys have a good team, don't they? Anyway.
Well, the thing about the Saltley Ferry, well, we'll talk about it more when we get there with the other in Thursday league. But big table. I'll just say that, big table.
Yeah, I like the table. It suits how I like to play.
Absolutely.
More like a baby snooker table,
yeah,
really.
Enjoyable to play on in the scheme of things. Yeah.
Yes. I think it suits you and me probably better.
Yeah, I always remember just playing half the match trying to get snookers when I've been on that big table. Probably because I keep missing because I'm not used to it. Yeah, it could go either way. 7-0 defeat away at Saltley Ferry, Nick. Trev was first whitewash. Trev was playing for us there, man too. We're a bit thin on the ground, I think. He played in the doubles with Ronnie and lost. Yeah, we saw. Did Trev ever help one of your teams out, Nick?
Mainly the special needs team.
Oh, he did, yeah. I think.
Yes, didn't he not come and play in a cup match? Oh, we played. Who did we play? We beat them in a cup game, and they were too cocky. They never full. They didn't even bother to get a full team because they thought they were going to have us. Oh, it was your lot.
Unfortunately for me, we're going to be getting to that match in this episode.
Yes.
All I can say is that I deliberately lost a match that night, like a fool. I've been a foolish captain this season, thinking it's over before it's over, and I deliberately lost a match to set up one of my lads to have a decider, which he lost. We'll get on to that.
I don't think you deliberately lost at all.
Knew you'd say that. So yes, moving swiftly on for now. I'll let you talk for longer on it later, I promise. We've got the Saltley Ferry at home, and after that whitewash we've lost 4-3. Now Alistair's played in this one. I think this might have been Alistair's debut because he'd been coming down for weeks, but because we had such a strong team he didn't get a look in. Well, he was quite happy to come in and watch because he lived locally, but this is where we actually played him. So me and Alistair went on and both lost our singles. Simon won, Ronnie lost, and then Trev won. Trev's still with us. And then me and Trev won the doubles, so we lost 4-3. The thing was with Trev as well, he was running the league at this point. I think probably for all 3 seasons that we played. A different Monday league to what we'll see later, which you started a Cottage B team up from. Last 2 games of the season, Grosvenor Arms, Grosvenor away.
I can't remember where the Grosvenor is.
Hambridge.
Oh yes.
Have you played there?
The team played there. We played a cup game. St. Werburgh's. We beat them. I was to go on that spot. He didn't get to the last match. I think I put Ronnie on 5th, and Ronnie won his game to win the match.
It's mixed feelings, I suppose, when you want to play, but you're not needed. But
yes.
Better that than not playing when you've already lost.
Yeah.
So we've got a guy called Rob Meacock as well. I can't picture him at all, but he's played for. Yeah, we're a bit thin on the ground here. So Big Al's lost, Rob Meacock's lost, and Ronnie's lost after me and Simon had won our first two. Simon and Ronnie won, and me and Al won. There we go, nice big win for me and Al's doubles partnership. So as it happened, Nick, was we came down to the final game of the season between us and Grosvenor, and whoever won would come fifth. Sorry. Before you say anything, no, it's not the one we featured last week. The exact same thing happened the season before. So if we'd have beaten Grosvenor, we would have came fifth. So here's what happened. Ronnie Wilson came on first, just like he did the following season, and he lost. Simon Atkins lost. I lost. Ron Wilson lost, and Al Cavan. Yeah, we've not got fifth position here, have we, Nick?
No.
We've been absolutely trashed. Atkins and Wilson win the doubles, and then me and a Big Al. This tends to be the case with Al. He gets a doubles partner, wins one week and loses the next. In fact, when he teamed up with Ronnie at the Anchor, the following week he won that one. Then he lost with Ronnie the following week, and then won the following week against a New Glyn, and then lost with Ronnie again the following week at home to New Glyn. So yeah, you can see it coming. I think with Al, you need to keep changing his partners. So there we have it. That's the first Monday League season. So any feedback on that season then, Nick, from what you've heard about?
Well, a good start and followed by unfortunately a rubbish end, wasn't it? Then we had people missing, unfortunately. I think if you had your regular players every week, you might have done quite well.
I think so, yeah. If I'd have not given up. I mean, 6 out of 11 is dead on mid-table, and we'll have seasons where we finish lower. Yeah, I think if I'd have not fallen apart, who knows what could have happened. We could have kept Chezo for subsequent seasons. We could have kept a strong team and then maybe won the league the following year. Who knows? But yeah, I think we definitely were capable of coming in the top 3. We beat 2 of the top 3 that season. So yeah, without further ado, let's go into the 2012 season. Right. So, I mean, this kind of match set the way for what was to become the Cottage Bowl. Friendly matches with the Cottage, with the Cottage A. And I'm sure you've played in friendlies with the Cottage A, haven't you, Nick? Or Cottage Bowl matches?
Yes.
Any memories in particular?
Yeah, when I was playing for Cottage A, we played you guys, didn't we? And I played Marcus, and because I didn't know anybody really that well at that stage, I was quite nervous, but somehow I managed to get a win out.
Well, not only that, I think just skimming back at some of my records, I think we played once or twice. We played the Cottage A 3 or 4 weeks and had the Cottage Bowl 3 or 8 weeks in a row. Or over a certain amount of time over the season. You played Marcus in the first game, you're right, you won. And you played Marcus again and you won, if that rings a bell.
Yes. And
then you played me and you won, if that rings a bell.
Yes, I think I played really well those games.
So you're 3 for 3.
Yeah, and then didn't get a game in the league for a while.
Because you were playing for Cottage A in the league, were you, at that point?
Yes.
Yeah, right, got you. Yeah, probably the only person who's played for Cottage B and A. Well,
probably, yeah.
Exception of Tim, probably, who played a few for B. I think on a Thursday, when very few of the Cottage A teams played Cottage A on a Thursday, didn't they?
Yes.
Few of their players. So we've played the Cottage in a friendly, and unlike the previous season where we've started with a win against them, we've started with a loss. Me and Big Al, the only players to win in the first 5. Alistair, Ronnie and Tim Legg losing. Me and Big Al naturally getting our after we lost the previous one, we've won again, and we've won that one. Needless to say, we lose the following week. And Ron Wilson and Leg lose. So yeah, 4-3 to the Cottage in the friendly. Next game against the Railway. Now this is where the Golden Eagle went. The team we lost 5-2 and won 5-2 right at the start of the previous season. So we've played them at home. I'm pretty sure Jordan Parkinson was playing as well for them here, or plays of his standard anyway. They were a good team. Me and Ronnie the only players to win in the first 5. Yeah, me and Al lost the doubles. Atkins and Wilson lose. Following week away at the Railway, lost 5-2 again. Me and Big Al win the singles. Ronnie wins the singles. Sorry, I win the singles. Big Al loses. Ronnie wins a single. And as you'd expect, Big Al to win the doubles with his regular partner, he loses. So that's ruined that pattern. The W team, Walton and Wilson lose, and it's another 5-2 loss. So I think it's fair to say that we're not going to win the league this season.
No.
Bear in mind, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 teams in the league this season. So I think coming 5th is maybe a possibility, is it, Nick?
Yeah, probably, yes.
Yeah, I think so. The next match at the Highfield in Blake, 6-1 home loss. I won. I seem to be playing alright this year. Let's have a look at the stats, shall we? The 2012 Monday League. Sorry, this is 2012-13 Monday League. So I've won 17 and lost 11, and I've got a 61% win ratio there. Big Al's second with a 49% win ratio, but he also won 17 games but lost 18 to my 11. Gary had a 75% win ratio, which was better than mine, but he played 24 games. Yeah, so yeah, Gary's up there as well, and Cliff, 56%, 14 wins. Alistair won 5 and lost 19, which isn't a bad first full season for him. 24 games Alistair played this season. Of course, not that easy to get Alistair out nowadays, is it?
No.
Ronnie only played 5 games, which is very peculiar. Won 4 and lost 1. I wouldn't. I think that might be a mistake actually. Yeah, we had a player called Stuart Peart, Nathan Bolton, Matt Kavanagh, and Colin Quinn from the Ellesmere Port League also played for us that season. We're talking about doubles teams. Alan Kavanagh and Cliff Hurst, 4 wins and no defeats. So there we go. Alan Kavanagh and Al Elliott, 1-1, lost 1. Just interesting. Me and Alistair, 1-1 and lost 1. Gary and Alistair, 1-1 and lost 1. So Alistair holding his own in the doubles, his doubles pairings there. So yeah, the Highfield, we lose 6-1 away from home as well. I got the win. As you can tell, I'm having an alright season, so but we haven't got the likes of Chesterman and Dave Dean, who will obviously be a stronger player than me. So yeah, it's not been a good start, has it, Nick, in this season?
No.
So you know what's coming, don't you? Can you see by the picture I'm showing you?
Yes.
This is Saltney Ferry, isn't it? So what's the score in this one then? Can we get better than we did in the last season where we lost 7-0?
Same again, I'm guessing.
You're right. Yeah, 7-0 loss this time at home. But we did get better than them when we played away. We lost 6-1. Ronnie the only man to score in that turnaround of fixtures. Right, Anchor away, Nick. You think it's another defeat?
Yeah.
Just down the road. No, it's a 6-1 win in this one. Quite remarkable, really. But it goes to show probably the spread of quality in the teams. So lost 5-2, lost 5-2, lost 6-1, lost 6-1, lost 7-0, lost 6-1, won 6-1. Doesn't really make sense, that, does it?
Nah.
Weakest team we've played. Cliff Hurst losing in the first 5. Me, Ronnie, Gerry Maddox and Big Al winning. Hurst and Maddox winning. And me and Ronnie in the doubles. So we've got a cup game, and who do we draw in the cup? The Anchor. Got a chance? Do you reckon? I think we play these at Fox. Do you think we've got a chance to beat the Anchor after we trashed them 6-1 the previous week?
Yeah, I think a 4-0.
Right. Atkins 1, Wilson 0, me 0, Waldron 0, Alan Kavanagh 1, Simon Atkins and Andy 0. We played the last match anyway. Big Al and Ron win, so we've lost 4-3 in that one. I remember being quite disappointed. All that you think you've found a team you can play every week and beat, and we haven't. We've lost. So we play him again. It's a turnaround fixture. We play him again at home. Can you guess the score?
6-1.
Yeah. 6-1. Wilson lost first match, but then Simon, Dave Waldron, me and Al won. Atkins and Waldron won in the doubles, and Ron Wilkinson. So who's Ron Wilkinson? Ron Wilson and Alan win in the doubles. So 6-1. Next match is Cottage.
7-0 to the Cottage.
Well, I don't blame you for. It's not a bad guess, is it? Anything goes. We've won 6-1 the previous week. We've had 2 6-1s and a terrible string of results. First guy that plays for us is Andy Mcdowell, and I don't mean the actor. Unfortunately, would have probably been just as good. Andy McDowell's lost, as have I and Alistair and Matt. So yeah, we've gone 4-0 down against the Cottage basically. Saviour Big Al 4-1. Trev's turned up. He's come down and he's playing with me, and we've won the doubles. That could have been a reason why me and Trev play on the last game of the season instead of me and Big Al, because we had a good record with that win. Yeah, Alan Kavanagh and Andy McDowell lose. You can imagine we're probably a bit short of players, can't you? When you play players that you can't remember.
Yeah.
Can't remember what they look like. I mean, it was 10 years ago, but yeah. Andy McDowell. What film was she in? Can't think. It wasn't Groundhog Day, was it? Was I watching her in Groundhog Day last night? Possibly. So yeah, Cottage at home. Will we do better than 4-3? I say home. It's the same venue. Can you guess, Nick, what the score is?
We hammer you.
Like you say, we. Although, well, I don't know if you'd started going down to the Cottage at this point. But
I don't know if it started or not by then.
Know where your allegiances were. Okay, so yeah, so
I think you probably lost 7-0, did you?
we lost 4-3. I lost, Ronnie won, Atkins lost, Big Al lost, Waldron. Atkins and Waldron have held their own this season.
Maybe I hadn't signed by then because I don't recognise any of these names.
No. Yeah, I mean, yeah. So yeah, Hurst. Am I reading the wrong list here? I might be reading the wrong list. Sorry, Wilson won against the Cottage. Ignore those. Elliot lost. Big Al lost. Cliff Hurst won. I won. I lost. It's been a reasonably sort of steady team this year. Andy Hollinger, there's another player that played earlier on in the year I've not heard of. Cliff Hurst has come down for a few anyway. Him and Ronnie have lost to doubles. Me and Al have got a win in the double. Sorry, he is right. We have had some good doubles days, probably in the Shield matches we played as well, which we'll probably talk about another day. So we've lost 2-5 and 3-4 against the Cottage, and that brings us to the Grosvenor. I don't want to give you too many spoilers, but well, the turnaround fixture is the one we covered in the last 2 episodes. But Grosvenor away, we lose 4-3. So I lose, Ronnie wins, Simon loses, Big Al loses, Dave Walden wins, Big Matt Kavanagh and Dave Walden win, Atkins and Wilson lose. So it means that we need to win 5-2 in the turnaround fixture to get 5th outright. Now, Nick, without giving away too many spoilers, can you give us a slight review of the Grosvenor at home match?
Yeah, I think you did. I think you did win 5-2, didn't you?
You'll have to go back and watch the episode to see. Is that your review finished?
Ronnie, you lost. In fact, you didn't put a ball, did you, that game?
Like I say, don't take the words Nick says at face value. You'll have to go back and listen to the episode yourself. Do the watch along. Yeah, shall I move on and let the viewers look at that one in great detail if they haven't already?
Yes.
The 2012-2013 season. Now the sheet I've got here is quite faint writing. And I've had half a can of Carlin and I wasn't even reading the other results straight. So let's have a go here. Right, so this season again you play each team twice, home and away. As we do, we play them in order of, sometimes we play them home first, sometimes we play them away first. But we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 teams again in the league. So without further ado, let's get cracking. First game of the season, Cross Foxes at home. Big Al wins, Simon wins, Matt Kavanagh loses, I lose, Ron Wilson wins, me and Simon lose a doubles, and Ron and Big Al lose a double, so 4-3 loss. Shall we go away to the Cross Foxes? And at this point the matches would have been upstairs. I know they had downstairs tables before 2011 and after we'd been playing in this Monday League, but yeah, we were always upstairs in the Monday League. Nick, tell us about playing upstairs in the Foxes.
Oh, it was quieter because you didn't really get stirred. The tables ran a bit different, but it was nice.
How many tables were there when you remember playing up there, upstairs?
Two.
Yeah, they moved 2 out and put a dartboard in.
Yeah, because I think they wanted to put a darts team in, didn't they? But they never got a darts team.
They used to have 4 tables up there, and it used to be busier because there weren't any tables downstairs. So it used to be a decent atmosphere upstairs, and the tables used to be better. I don't think the poorer tables just got chucked upstairs. And they used to use upstairs in the Foxes for tournaments occasionally when they didn't have them at Riley's. End of season player of tournament. Of season.
I remember we played the Merits at the Foxes.
The Merits, yeah.
Yeah, yes.
But they probably did that even with 2 tables upstairs, didn't they?
Yeah, because I think they had 2 downstairs.
They would have had the
upstairs.
Yeah. You always used to get pizza at the Foxes, did you? If I remember.
Yes.
Well,
yes,
we played from there one year.
They tend to do a curry now.
How hot is the curry?
Well, depends. Quite spicy. I like it spicy, so it was alright. It's alright for me.
Good
but
for
if
you.
you don't like hot food, you won't like the curry.
Yeah, probably not Ronnie's favourite venue for food at the moment.
Yeah, I don't think Ronnie ever. I think Ronnie never ate the curry when I think Ronnie tried it once and never liked it. Didn't like it. So he used to eat the rice and a bit of bread.
Well, he's just getting his carbs, isn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Anything more to say on the Foxes for now? We will be moving back to the Foxes, but anything that you want to say now, Nick?
Nice bunch of lads.
Yeah, a good pool players hub, I'd say. Playing away at we're playing at home to the Chester Bells first. We've won 5-2. Matt Kavanagh won, I won, Elliot lost, Ron Wilson won, Big Al lost, Matt and Ron won the doubles, and me and Al won the doubles. We've lost 1-5-2 there. So we're 1-1 this season. A better start than last season. So do you remember Chester Bells?
I didn't have a team when I started.
Now, did the Chester Bells become the Saddle? Is that the same place?
It could be, yes.
Yeah, I have to check up on that. Not sure. Well, we'll be talking about the Saddle anyway at another point. So we've lost 4-3 in the home and the away legs there. The first doubles match was played as match 3 then. I don't know why. Probably other teams' obligations. So Alistair was there to play the last match of the night. That's a home match. And he won. Won his singles. Another 24 games for Alistair this season. It was certainly a regular. So we've lost 4-3 against the Chester Bells twice. Thanks to Alistair getting on the score sheet at the end. And we're playing the Grosvenor from last season. Play them at home, and this time lose 4-3. You know what? I've buggered this up. This is the one where me and Alistair lost the doubles in match 3, and then won in the 5th. Sorry, Alistair won in the 5th. My eyes aren't straight. So yeah, we've lost 4-3, and we played the Grosvenor away. Any guesses on the score, Nick? Considering we've lost 4 out of the first 5 games, 4-3. What do you think the score was?
4-3.
Yeah, Trev comes on first. Alistair wins again. That's 2 wins for Alistair in 3 games of Monday Night Pool. For the team, that is. Ronnie loses, I win, Big Al loses. Alistair can't win the doubles with Ron and loses, and me and Big Al's dream team in the doubles doesn't prevail. So another 4-3. So yeah, Saltney Ferry. I'm sure you're sick of seeing this picture I keep showing you from when we play Saltney Ferry. So we had an improvement last time in the home leg, and we lost 6-1 at home instead of 7-0. So we're playing away, and we lost 7-0 in the first time. So we lost 6-1 away the previous season. What did we do this season, Nick?
Lost 6-1 away.
Absolutely. Ronnie wins the first game, give us a bit of false confidence. Simon, Big Al, Alistair and me all lose. Yeah, Matt Kavanagh loses doubles with Ronnie. Just checking. I find it hard to read. I suppose it makes some more interesting listening if you're hearing about how bad my eyesight is at the moment. I don't know why I even bothered printing off such low quality. The resolution is not the worst. I've printed off stuff which is very poor resolution. I think I've still got stuff on the computer. But yeah, the point is here that we've lost 6-1 away at the Saltney Ferry, and it's not Matt Kavanagh that's lost with Ronnie, it's Big Al. So we're playing Saltney Ferry at home. Bear in mind, Nick, we lost 6-1 and 7-0 in home matches in the previous 2 seasons. What do you think the score was?
6-1.
To us.
Oh.
4-3 it was to us, actually, yeah.
Oh.
So that's a good result. Ronnie went on first and won. That was in a span of 3 times going on first and winning. I came on and won after him. Big Al, Matt Kavanagh and Alistair all lose, but Matt, Kavanagh and Ronnie win the doubles, and me and Big Al win the decider. There you go, lovely pool. A tough game is coming up next. Yeah, you've seen that venue before. It's a Highfield away. So are we gonna... Do you think we're gonna continue and get another good win?
No.
No, you're right. I think fortune has prevailed in the previous one rather than sheer class. Ronnie and me have both won the first game though. So I remember this year, it was promising times. So we do go 2-0 up in this one. Ronnie and me first and second. Matt Kavanagh, Alistair and Big Al lose, but we can't win the doubles this time. Matt, we play pretty much the same. It is exactly the same team, but with in the first game we played Big Al followed by Matt Kavanagh followed by Alistair. The following week we played Matt Kavanagh followed by Alistair followed by Big Al. But apart from that, the team is exactly the same. But the 2 doubles matches are lost, so we lose 5-2. Highfield away. Highfield at home. So we win 7-0 in this one, don't we, Nick?
Do you?
No, we lose 7-0.
Oh dear.
And bless me, I'm playing pretty much the same team as I did the previous week. We can't get a stuffing win. Yeah, that's again exactly the same lineup. In fact, all I've done is I've translated. I've got 3 different combinations of Alan, Matt and Alistair in 3rd, 4th and 5th, this time playing Matt first and Big Al then Alistair. I think I might try something different. We've won 4-3, but after 2 losses I might change something.
Maybe the captain should go on first.
Well, yeah. Yeah, maybe, but I mean, you'll see in the next week. We're playing the Railway away. Ronnie's lost. Nathan Bolton's come on and lost for the debut for him, I think.
Who?
Yeah.
Who did you say?
Sorry, yeah. So Nathan Bolton. I don't know if you remember Nathan. He lost.
No.
So yeah, we've lost 6-1 basically, and some. Oh no, sorry. I came on 3rd and won. Again, I'm reading the wrong thing. No, we didn't win until the doubles, the last game. So who would you expect to win the doubles?
You and Al.
Alistair and Big Al won the doubles. That was the only win of the night. See, Alistair certainly had his moments in these last 2 years. Cup game. Unfortunately, draw Highfield. Ronnie loses, Big Al loses. I win, but Alistair and Matt lose, and it's over. We've got pretty much the same guys turning up every week now. I don't know if that's good or bad, but at least everyone that's turning up is getting 2 games every week.
Yes.
So yeah, that was a cup game. We're playing the Railway at home. Sorry, we're playing the Railway away now. No, we've played them away. We're playing them at home, and we've lost 7-0 again. Yeah, not really much more to say on that one. So now we play the Cottage. You see yourself there, Nick, in a picture that I'm showing up. Right, so the score against the Cottage is a 5-2 defeat. Matt Kavanagh has gone on 1st and 1, and I've gone on 5th and 1.
Who did you play?
Say that again, mate.
Who did you play?
This is a Cottage away.
No, yeah, who did you play? Who was
I
your
can't remember. We've played them so many times over the years. I can only remember the odd game.
Oh,
yeah.
right, okay.
Yeah, I can't really give you much better than that. But we can probably have an episode featuring Cottage games, and things might come more to life. But right now, I can just tell you the following week, where we were playing them technically at home, we've Cliff Hurst has turned up, first time in a while, and he's won in third and I've won in fourth. Al Elliott and Matt Kivana won the doubles. Nathan Bolton and Al Kivana lost the doubles. So yeah, we're going into the Cross Foxes away. So Cross Foxes away. Alistair's gone on first and won, and we've not won another game until Alistair and Matt Kivana go on and win. Now that's strikes me as a bit of a blue moon night for Alistair. That the only guy with 2 wins and the only other guy to win was Matt Kivana. I didn't play, but yeah, Nathan, Big Al, Ronnie not getting on the score sheet. So we lose 5-2 in that one. Alistair goes on first again. I think he's my strongest player now. So playing the Cross Foxes A at home, and we've lost the first 3 matches. Myself and Trev again helping us out. I've won. Matt and Ronnie Wilson lose, and me and Alistair win. Yeah, right. So the next match is away at the Rake and Pikel. What does that picture mean to you, mate?
That picture?
Yeah.
At Oldham.
That is, yeah, all I remember about this match, apart from the fact that the Rake and Pikel is a fishing pub, and everywhere in there was fishing trophies and poster paintings on the wall and whatever. Yeah, it was the Monday after Oldham had knocked Liverpool out of the FA Cup on the Saturday. So that's probably the highlight of that night. We've lost 5-2, and Big Al's won and Nathan Bolton's won. First win for Nathan Bolton probably. We played at the Rake and Pikel away the following week. Ron Wilson and Alistair and Big Al win the doubles. There we go. So yeah, last game of the season is the anchor. Before we get on to that, I'll see if I can get some stats. Yeah, the 2013 Monday League season, Ron Wilson played 39 games. I'm sure I've done something wrong here. Last season he played 6 games. This season he's played 39. But yeah, the point is 39. He couldn't have played that many games. But I think Ron Wilson probably won more than anyone that year. And then I was up there as well. Matt Kivana slightly getting the best of his cousin Big Al, and Alistair played 27, won 7. Cliff only played twice for us that season. This is also the year when we started the Riley's Wednesday League team, and a player called Stuart Peart played for both. He played 2 games in this one anyway. A guy called Dave Wilson played 2 games for us.
Is that girl playing?
No girls played for us this year. Who are you thinking of?
Marie.
No, this is number 13. We're still about 2 or 3 years, or at least 1.5 years away from that.
It says 2014 and 2015 now on here.
Oh, sorry, yeah. Sorry, I was just summing up the end of the last season. We're not there yet.
Sorry.
It's alright. So yeah, Dave Wilson, he played 2 games for us, and I can't remember who he is. Anchor, last 2 games, we lose 5-2 at home. Matt Kivana won 2 that night, once with running the doubles, and then we won 5-2 on the final day. But I don't think that gave us a particularly good finish, but it wasn't. I think it was bottom. I think Anchor were the only team we came ahead of. I think we were 10th out of 11 that year. So a big fall from grace when we started off in 2011. Ron Wilson won and Stuart Peart won for us. Just the best 3 doubles teams that year. Matt Kavanagh and Ron Wilson won 5, lost 5. Alice Elliott and Alan Kavanagh won 2, lost 1. And me and Alan Kavanagh won 2, lost 4. Right, so yeah, like you say, the women are coming into it. Possibly the 2014-2015 seasons. We've left the Cottage B on a Monday and we're on to a new Cottage B now, and this is the team that you started up, Nick. I'm going to shut up and let you talk.
Right. Cottage say on the phone, there's a chap called Will who looks after one who's a carer for is John. John is the one with the grey jumper coat on.
Yeah. Absolute heart of gold.
He works with John, so that John likes playing pool, and he wanted to put a team in. And the manager at the time where I live, she's gone now. She knew she was friends with Wills, and were desperate for players, so I came along and played for them.
Excellent.
What 2 of my guys that lived in the same house with me at the time, one of them was captain, but they both didn't turn up every week, so I ended up taking over.
You certainly did. Well, yeah.
I think I had a good record that season, considering I didn't know the rules and didn't know anybody. I think I won half my games.
Yeah. I remember you being a strong player for them. Well, the rest is history. This team playing right up until lockdown, really, aren't they? I mean, you've left the team, but
they're still John and Tommy, who were in the photo, they're still playing for them.
Still enjoying it.
Yes.
And you can tell by that picture, the big smile. So, these guys certainly know how to go out and have a good time, don't they? Win or lose.
Well, they get over the moon when they win games. We did win the games a couple of times. We beat you, didn't we, in the cup?
Yeah.
We beat a good team.
No, we're not a good team, though.
Yeah, but no, the team who are now they play at Riley's now, but they were at Stanley's at the beginning. And then they went to the Cherry. Now they play at Riley's in the Prem.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, we beat them at home 4-3, and that. I won my game easily, and the other 3 games we won because the guys potted the black and the white, unfortunately.
We've had games like that as well. Is this the first season that you had there? Is that in the first 2 seasons? Probably, yeah. I'm gonna tell you to shut up and we'll get back to continuity. No, I'm only joking. That's wonderful.
And Tim, who's in the photo with them, when I was playing there, if we were short, he'd play and help us out.
He would, yeah. He'd certainly provide a pain in our side when we were playing against you, looking for a big win. Absolutely fantastic getting this new Cottage B team joining. We'd since left and gone to number 15 on a Monday, but we were back when this happened for number 15 on a Thursday. So we've played you. I'd given the captaincy over to Cliff for the Monday. For the Thursday league, sorry. So here we are in the Thursday league. So we played you 4 times over the next 2 years.
Yes.
So, well, I say that I didn't play you the second 2. I didn't play you in 2015 because I'd left. Cliff had brought in a few other lads. So
Yeah, I don't think Alistair and Jethro in that photo really got any much game time.
Absolutely, yeah. People like Jeff and Alistair were getting further down the pecking order. So we were going to start up a new team. We couldn't enter that Thursday season because it was too late, so we went into the Monday League again. But yeah, I remember playing Andrew in my first match at the Cottage. Probably the second longest handshake in pool.
Yeah, definitely.
There's a guy I knew. He had about a 20-minute conversation with me, shaking my hand, that I met in some pub. But Andrew, yes, I'm probably second on the list. Always wore a waistcoat, made consummate professional. Do you remember the first time we played you, Nick?
Yes, I think I think it was away. I might be wrong. I can't.
Guess as good of a stats have deluded me for these 2 years.
I remember. I think I took over captain that night officially. And we were short, but we. Andrew had a carer who could play pool, so he played. His name was Nick as well. I think he won as well. And then I think Tommy had somebody with him who wasn't a bad pool player. I think that they might have won as well. Well,
I don't think Tommy was there. I don't think Tommy was there the first season, or am I wrong?
Oh, you're right. Who do we have then? We had Andrew, John. Oh, Jason and his dad came, didn't he? His dad always played.
Yeah.
His dad could play, and Jason could play, so maybe they won. Richard, who was, I don't know if you ever met him, because he was officially the captain, but never turned up. He could play. And my mate John, who lives in the house with me, he played for the team as well. He was about the same standard as the other John. Who else do we have?
I think Emma played for you once or twice, didn't she?
Yeah, Emma was John's main carer.
Oh, there's another girl that played for you, a bit older. Another lady played a lot, I think.
Yeah, but wasn't that when Tommy came?
Who?
When Tommy came, didn't she not start playing?
It might have been. Yeah, might have been.
Because Tommy always came with a woman, didn't he?
She was half decent, this woman I'm thinking of. Although I think Emma won a couple as well.
I think it's Tommy's carer. Yeah.
I mean, I don't think you beat my Cliff's team in these 2 seasons, but you definitely got a few frames on the board.
Yeah, I probably won, and probably Jason's dad probably won because Jason's dad could play. Certain games, Cliff seemed to chuck certain games away, not bother trying.
I think a lot of teams, I mean, like Ronnie, sometimes when you play Ronnie, you can probably not give him quite as much credit as he deserves.
I never played Ronnie. But, I seem to either play Alistair or some other young chap. I can't remember his name.
Yeah, well, imagine they'd probably sometimes give you a game you thought that you could win because you were a player that you knew was capable of winning matches. But yeah, I think you all like.
I think I played Simon once and beat him just.
Yeah.
But I think they tried to put they wanted to win, didn't they? So they put the better players on against the people they knew they definitely would have beat. And
I think a lot of players will underestimate your players, but then they're in for a shock. Because the heart and passion in the team, in your players, was second to none. What are your memories of playing at number 15?
It was always I always thought it was a bit awkward playing there because you had the locals who obviously wanted to have a game, but they didn't understand there was a poor match going on because Cliff's team never drank in there, did they really?
Yeah, well, none of us lived in Chester, really.
No,
we'd go in there the weekend before a night out occasionally, but yeah.
Probably not the best place to have a pool team, to be honest.
Nice fast table you could get around, decent table.
But they never provided food, did they? I think you always went and got it. Am I wrong?
Yeah, I did end up getting it towards the end, but they did provide some good food at the start, wraps and stuff.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, it's very good at the start. I think we had a good time at number 15. It was one of the places that me and Dave were looking at the very start, but there was a lot of space anyway. You could you certainly weren't cramped. I think that's what we liked, and it's kind of quite professional. I think everyone could have a good view of the table, it's definitely positives from playing there, but it didn't last for any team playing there in the end. So we'll move on to the 2016 season, which I can probably provide you some stats on. The brewery. Do you remember that one?
Yes.
Yeah, tell us about the brewery.
Nice bunch of lads, but I don't think they really understood about the special needs team on a Thursday because there was a few rude comments about them.
Yeah.
One, why was I playing for the Scottish special needs team? You're too good to be in that team. You should be playing with other people.
I think they were in the minority. Thinking that.
Yeah, I don't think they really understood.
Yeah.
I think when a new team get entered to the league, I think the league should tell the teams why some teams are playing in the league really.
Yeah, absolutely. But I think everyone's used to playing them now, aren't they? I think they.
Yeah. Well,
they have a good
I
night.
don't think the brewery got a team anymore anyway.
No. I mean, if you look at that table there, you can see they've got the Pro Cup pool balls, like the stripy black. Quite seriously there. And you had a half decent team. Probably an instance of having some great pool balls on a not so great table.
It medium speed, wasn't it? Some places it was fast, some places it was slow.
Yeah. So it's the 7th of January 2016. First game of the season, you're playing away at the Royal Oak, lose 7-0. Just stop me, Nick. Just interrupt me if you want to say anything about any of these matches in particular. Probably this one. Next game, 14th of January, second game of the season. Cottage B 4, Saddle 3.
Yes. Yes, I can remember this. I think I went on first. Won. Jason's dad went on. I think he won. Jason won because Jason could play. Then Trevor came and played to a man shot and he won.
That's what you need, isn't it?
Yeah.
The hero.
Yeah. Because I don't think John was available, so Emma obviously wasn't there. Don't think Tommy had joined the team by then, and Andrew was missing, so we had to get Trevor to come. Yeah, we just had 7 that night, I think.
What you need to warm yourself up on a cold winter's night, hey? Yeah. Good forward, 4-3 win.
And I think they obviously knew about me because they could do it. There was a lot of discussion. Who we put when we'll have to wait to see when Nick goes on. When we want to, who was going to play Nick. But normally I went on last, didn't I? Because I was betting at home, but they didn't realise I was going on first.
Am I right in you always pick first at home in this Thursday league?
Yes, and they were picking first, and they didn't realise I was going to put myself on first. Then nobody went on last.
No, you would have gone on first, wouldn't you? Being at home, you would have.
No, because I had
placed down
normally
first.
I would be because I'd have to rest.
Oh,
Jason's dad would go on first normally.
Oh, I see. Yeah, so you had to change it around a bit. Right. Well, so a great win. Anything more to say on
that? It's sad there were very good sportsmanship. Probably one of the best ones, to be fair.
Good to hear. And then the following week was came down to earth with a thud, losing 7-0 at the brewery. Next week was home to Saltley Ferry, and you lose 5. Sorry, not for Saltley Ferry. Edgerton Sorgall, and you lose 5-2.
Me and Jason Cadigan, I think it was.
Cool. Can you remember the fixture, the actual frame?
Jason's dad broke off. I think he potted 6 balls. He didn't get on his last red, so he just snookered the bloke, and he got 2 shots and then finished it off.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
And in my game, they broke off. They potted 3 balls, but then it left easy clearance for me, and it cleared up.
Very good. Yeah. You've got a good memory there. The following week you lose 5-2 at the Gardeners, and the next match was at home to Cherry Orchard, and you lose that one 4-3.
Yes. Yeah. I think Trevor played. I think that was me and Jason's dad again, and John was with Nick again. And Nick played and won.
Nice. Yeah. What you say, John won?
No, he's Kara.
Oh, he's Kara. Yeah. Well, we'll be able to look at the stats in a minute.
I might be wrong about that.
Well, yeah, it's it's not.
Oh, I can remember I won them out for the first 2 years anyway.
Yeah. Well, we'll see the stats in a minute. Yeah. We next match 25th of February. Yeah, which is 2 weeks earlier than, 2 weeks later than it is the day of recording, so it's probably going out about the 25th of February, this episode. So you're playing at the Borton Hall Cricket Club. You see from the diagram. Lose 5-2. Yeah, let's talk Borton Hall Cricket Club and 5-2 defeat, if you can remember it.
Was I there? Oh yes, I thought. Yeah. They didn't really know the rules, so I was standing there with the referee and explaining the rules to them because they were new to the league then. But the table's awful. It's dead virtually. You got to hit them over. If you can't pot, you got to hit them so hard to get them to hit the cushion.
Yeah, that certainly rings a bell.
Yeah. Tommy's carer, was Tommy there that season? I can't remember if he was or not.
I think he would have been there by then. Yeah.
Yeah, well, his carer won, and I think Jason won. I think me and Jason's dad lost that night.
I mean, yeah, it was all right. Borton Hall Cricket Club when you find the place, when you find out how to get in. You get in through the back entrance through a flight of stairs. But yeah, well, I mean, we had a great game there, didn't we, when we played for Werburghs? We had a good win there.
Yeah.
I remember that one.
That was the first game of the season when we won 5-2, me and Mike lost.
I remember spirit was very high when we played that one.
We didn't expect to. We didn't, because we were a new team. None of us played together before, apart from three of us, apart from you and me and Mike. So we didn't expect to win, but we did. So
we surprised ourselves a bit that one, but it goes to show if you don't underestimate the opponent, if you put yourselves in perspective, you can do well.
Yes.
So yeah, we can probably move on from Borton Hall. I like playing at Borton Hall. Friendly atmosphere. Lock Voltage at home. Lose 6-1. Was that you who won?
I think it was. Yeah.
Anything more to say?
I think I don't remember. I played a young lad who was helping them out. They were short. Who came to watch because his mate was playing.
And so you've got to take advantage of the situation. If you're playing someone who's not a regular, a bit sloppy on the rules, you take advantage, don't you?
Yeah.
Go in for the kill.
And most of that team now was playing at the Little Oak in the Prem.
They were? Well, they could. Oh, they'd transferred to the Lock Voltage from the Prem, or they're playing there now.
The Lock Voltage is closed, isn't it?
Oh, I see. Yeah.
So they're playing now. They're playing now at the Little Oak.
Oh, got you. Yeah.
And they've mixed them with the Cherry team. Most of the Cherry team were playing in the Prem then, or in the Prem. So they've mixed the two teams together.
Sure. Yeah. Good stuff. I mean, like I say, I've not played in either Chester League. No, not just from before lockdown, but for 2 years before that. So it's good that you're keeping the viewers up to speed about what's going on at the moment. So you've probably said all you want to on that 6-1 home loss, have you?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So we'll get into a. This is uncanny. This is like. This is where I get my own back, Nick. Every time I put up the slide with Saltley Ferry on, and then I find out it's a 6-1 or a 7-0. But this slide is actually true. It is actually at the Saltley Ferry now, and not the Saltley Tavern. So do you remember what the score was?
I think it was 6-1. I think I won.
No, it was 7-0. You lost.
Oh.
Right, let's have a good chat about the Saltley Ferry. Just as you get just into Wales, I think, and you can see. I mean, I was saying how I liked number 15 because there's a lot of space around the table, and there's certainly a lot of space around this one, isn't there?
Yeah. It was a bigger table. It's more
Exactly.
like a snooker table, isn't it?
It is a nice change, but it can screw your game up. Yeah.
But that with their team, they've got a mixture of Prem players and players who are good enough to beat, who are okay players. They're in League One now, aren't they? So
Yeah, I think the guy standing up, probably the captain, or I remember him to be a steady player, definitely.
Yeah, he's probably their best player by far.
Always seem to be trying to get snookers on this table. I can't really think of anything else to say. Can you, Nick?
We don't know because we haven't played there for a while. They used to do chip butties all the time.
Was it? Yeah, not a bad choice for catering. Kind of thing you're probably missing at the moment, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, getting some food when you've had a drink and a few games of pool under your belt. Yeah, I don't think many of us have got many memories in Saltley of actually winning, have we? Winning games. I'm not sure if we won there for number 15, but yeah, shall we move on, or have you got any final words?
Yeah, I think we move on.
Right. Good one to move on to. So, it's number 16, which is my new Thursday team, with the likes of Marcus, Alistair, Ronnie. So the date is... yeah, well, while I look for the date, you're going to...
It says the 16th of November.
Where are you reading that from?
That's what it says on the thing, dear.
No,
it says number 16, not bar 15. It says 16 instead of bar 15.
It says number 16 versus New Cottage B, they've called it. Right, 31st of March 2016. About right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think so. Oh yeah, sorry, yeah, but we're not there yet, are we? Of course not. What am I doing? Yeah, sorry. So you've lost 7-0 at Saltley Tavern, and now you're playing at home to Edgerton Brook Street B. Like local rivalry there. How do you think you get on?
A 5-2 loss.
6-1 loss.
Probably me again. Probably.
Yeah. Anything else to say?
Yeah. Not really now.
I just assume you're just going to say probably me if it's nothing else.
Well, it's probably me or Jason's dad. One of the two of us probably. We're the two best players by far.
On that same night, our number 15 team, or number 16, as it was 2016, we lost 4-3 at the Saltley Tavern B. So Saltley Tavern, yeah, it was Saltley Tavern B we were playing that year. So you would have gone there and had your chip butty. I would have gone there a week after and had my chip butty. Yeah. So yeah, the Saltley Tavern B must have been in that league, and then there was probably Saltley Tavern A in the league above. It wouldn't surprise me if Saltley Tavern A got promoted the previous year. So yeah, so then it was the 31st of March, and it was number 15 versus, or number 16 as I like to call ourselves, in 2016. Number 16 versus Cottage B. 31st of March. Right, should we anything to say before I reel off the results, or should I just go for it?
Go for it.
First game, Ronnie Wilson beats John O'Brien. I assume that... No, that's probably not John O'Brien, is it? It's Jay O'Brien anyway.
It's probably Jason's dad, isn't it? Because he normally went on first.
Oh, is it? Is Jason's name O'Brien?
I think so,
yeah. That probably was Jason who went on first. Second game...
I think Jason probably went on second, did he?
Don't me tell what the second...
His dad probably went on first, and then he probably went on second.
No, he went on first. And do you know what the second game was?
It wasn't me. It was...
Steve Alric gets to win over Nick Allen.
Who?
Steve Alric for us.
Who was that?
Decent player, nothing to be ashamed of. You might have played him in the Steve Smith or the Severed League Cup down at the Onkew.
Yeah, alright, yeah.
So yeah, certainly nothing to be ashamed of there.
No.
Allard came on for us and beat Jason's dad, A. O'Brien, yeah. Ryan Wellsbury for us, Steve's mate, won against John Gilley. Was it Gilley or Gillet?
I can't remember, to be honest.
Okay, Ricky Bill came on for us, but he's lost against... Ooh, this is a funny name. Lan, L-L-A-N. Don't know who that is.
Don't know.
Marcus gone on next against Andrew, and he's won. And then Alistair's gone on. In fact, I must have made a mistake here, because it says we won 6-1, but the last game I've got down as Alistair 0, Tommy Weaver 1. There's only one Tommy Weaver, as we used to sing.
Yeah.
That could have been his birthday. I remember one of the bar staff was a bit confused because she was wondering why he was showing everyone his birthday cards, but yeah, it was his birthday, which is probably an easy enough explanation. But I think somebody like Ronnie wouldn't be too enthusiastic about telling everyone his age, would he? But
no.
But Tommy was loving it.
Yes.
So I've probably just given Tommy the win there because it was his birthday and I couldn't bring myself to put a defeat down for him. But there we have it. Number 16-6, Cottage B 1. Let's move. It's not the number 16 podcast. It's Cottage B podcast. Right. So we've got 2 more games before the midway point of the season. The same weekend that number 16 would beat Edgerton Brook Street 4-3. Just to rub in a little rivalry win there anyway. But you guys, you're at home to the Bridgewater and you lost 7-0.
Yeah, I think I played Phil.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's probably sowed a seed for a friendship later in the line. He knows you can be graceful in defeat, Nick.
Yes.
But yeah, I'm sure looking back and seeing Bridgewater win 7-0 doesn't fill you with too much disdain, does it? Knowing that you've had a good season playing
there.
Yeah. So the next match is the final match of the first half of the season, and you're away at the Cross Foxes X. There you are. And you lose 4-3. Not a bad result.
No.
Can you remember it?
I think our top 3 players won. So myself, Jason's dad, and Jason.
Did it go to the decider?
No, because I went on last. So I think I win.
Did you win?
Yeah.
Sorry, you won, but it was already over by then. Got you.
Yeah, I played Alicia.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah. Yeah, one of the famous Cross Foxes X group, yeah. Yeah, like you say, a good bunch of people at Cross Foxes. The season we played there, we had I think it's particularly the Eddie and them, the Cross Foxes X. We used to have a good time with them. Always friendly. And the one who always wore a Blackpool shirt was always dotting around. But he didn't go to games because like a lot of Blackpool fans, they don't agree with the chairman. They're not doing too badly. Should we go on to the second half of the season, Nick?
Yes, I think they've got new owners now, haven't they, Blackpool?
I should know that really, but with Oldham not being in League One anymore, I'm not really that.
Well, looks like Cammy might be back in League One next season, doesn't it?
Yeah, they're doing well at the moment. It's good to see. Yeah.
Yes, out playing the new players.
Of wins. Yeah, that's right, and it's a very open League Two season. It's very enjoyable to be a fan of a League Two team at the moment.
Unless you're the bottom 3 clubs.
Yeah, I mean nothing's completely set in stone, but yeah, it's a bit harder for the few at the bottom, but it's quite an even league. But anyway, this isn't the League 2 podcast, is it? So let's move on to the second half of the season.
Stevenage tomorrow.
See, that could be a potential banana skin. Are you watching it?
I will be, yes.
On your pass thingy. So you're playing the Royal Oak at home this time, and you lose 5-2. This is 21st of April now. The sun is coming out.
Yeah, I think we won the first game and the last game, and I was on last.
Very good.
That was reffing, and I played one. They were short again. They were short, so one of the players got their son to play, and I played their son.
Yeah, again,
it wasn't a regular player.
Well, when you go on last, you've got a chance of playing someone that's not a regular, haven't you? So,
yes.
They're a bit thin on the ground. So yeah, Saddle well and truly get their comeuppance on you in this one. After you beat them 4-3 at your place, they're beating you 7-0 at the Saddle.
Yeah, I think I was missing.
Amy, you've been playing in that one? You're missing.
I think I was away on holiday.
They gave you a chance of possibly getting a frame. on the board. But you've done better against a brewery. You're playing at home, and you've lost 5-2. Are you back for this one?
Yeah. Yeah, I think Jason's dad won as well.
Excellent. Yeah. We'll see the stats later, and we'll see that you and Jason's dad are near the bottom of the statistics. I'm only joking.
You wish.
Next game is interesting. 19th of May. Edgerton Sogal 3, Cottage B 4.
Yes.
You must remember this one.
Yeah, I think that was a decider. I think actually played Amy.
In the decider?
Yeah.
We might have to get Amy on and talk about this one. Those are strong words, Nick. But fair dues if you can. Tell us about the frame then, if you think it happened.
I know I definitely played Amy. I know I played Amy when I was playing St. Wordwood. But I can't remember if it was her or the captain at the time.
I just wondered if she'd been playing for the Saddle against you 2 weeks earlier. You think it was Amy at the Edgerton, right?
Yeah, I think Amy went to the Saddle after the Edgerton folded.
It's believable.
I think there was a dry. I think Amy broke, and it was a dry break. I think I put about 5 balls, and I couldn't get on. So I snookered her on one of the balls because I couldn't get to easy. I could pot my second last one, but I couldn't get on to the last one easy, so I just went to snooker. And I got 2 shots, but she didn't get out of it.
And I can probably find out who she was playing. She's not in the Edgerton Sogal team where we played them here in one of the matches. It's a shame that no one's still on that WhatsApp group. I think they've well and truly been binned off, haven't they, those WhatsApp groups? But
I go on it sometimes, but nobody ever no one really happens.
Well, I'm in one group and it's only me and some other guy. There's only me and one other guy. I think I messaged him, do you know if we can get hold of the old pool scorecards? But yeah, it's handy if you could go and get hold of all the old pool cards from over the years. But,
I probably could. If I probably go on the WhatsApp group, I might find them.
You still kind of be handy. Yeah, I think rarely a pool league's got a good system of just recording all the information and just keeping it. Yeah, it'd be handy if we could just go back for things like this, really. Yeah, well, I'm looking casually. I can't see Amy playing for either the Saddle or the Edgerton Sogal, this season. Maybe the Edgerton Sogal. No.
I know we won 3. I know we won at least 3 games where I was on last one. The other team were man short, so I went out playing.
What? You didn't play?
No, because in 3 games, one team was short of a man.
You got given the last frame.
Yeah.
That's when you just try and grab anyone, isn't it? I've run down the street and shouted for people in the past.
That's what I would have done. But 3 teams didn't do that. They just said we haven't got a last man and shook hands and just sign the card and you can have the win.
Probably not as outgoing as I would be.
No.
Yeah, I mean,
the Gardeners were one of the teams. Remember that being the Gardeners were.
They just binned off the victory like that. Gosh, where's their winning spirit? So you lost 4-3 so you won 4-3 at the Edgerton Sogal, a great result. And like you say, you think you won against Amy in the decider. We'll hopefully try and get Amy on at some point to talk about that season. That is a good instance of when I did try and get plays at any cost. When I was playing for Amy's team, we'll hopefully talk about it, get another episode, but the gist of it is I was the only player on the night, And I also agreed to help out you for your Monday team. This is when there are 2 Monday leagues, and I actually grabbed some of your opposition to come and play for me.
Yeah, it was the Foxes, wasn't it?
Thank you if you're listening to those guys. You helped us out, and although we lost, we gave it a good go. You're back down to earth again in the next one. 26th of May, you lose 6-1 at home to the Gardeners.
Oh, I think that was the game where they were a man short, so I didn't have to play, and they just gave me the win.
But it was 6-1, not 4-3 to you. Did I completely get the wrong end of the stick there?
What?
Did they just give you one frame instead of giving you the decider?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it made for entertaining, passage of chat anyway. So yeah, moving swiftly on, you're playing away at the Cherry Orchard, and we're going to move swiftly on from this one as well, because although you only lost 4-3 the previous time, you've lost 7-0 this time.
Yeah, I thought I don't think I played myself. I don't think I was there. I don't remember.
You're just making excuses now, Nick.
I'm not. I just don't remember being there.
Yeah, it is believable.
Yeah.
Have you played at the Cherry Orchard another time?
On a Monday, yeah.
Do you want to?
I'm not played on a Thursday.
What do you think of the venue and what have you?
I don't think it's in the best place because right next to the ladies' toilets, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, it's easy if you're a female player and you need to dash off halfway through the match.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I quite liked it. Quite a professional table. I think they had the Pro Cup balls when I was playing. They had quite a team that took it quite seriously. They only had 2 teams that took it quite seriously. I think Ted played a team from there, didn't he?
So they were still playing there before lockdown. Ted's team, but then Ted's died, hasn't he? So.
Yeah. Condolences go out to his family and his friends. He had a lot of friends in the Monday pool league.
League.
Yeah. We joined Ted. Yeah, probably not made this transition very well because we haven't mentioned another Monday league yet because we've moved to number 15 on the Monday, but there's not been a Cottage B team from there, so we haven't really touched on it. But Trev had one Monday league and Ted Park had the other one, and we eventually joined Ted's league, but so did the Cottage as well. Trev wasn't running the Cottage league pretty much after the 3 seasons we played there. From 2011 to 2013. So we go. Have you anything more to say on that, Nick?
Don't think so. No.
We're going to play the Borton Hall. Lost 5-2 away, and you lost 5-2 at home.
Yeah, I think Trevor played that. I think Trevor played for us, and he won and I won.
Yeah. Yeah, brilliant. Anything more to say, or should we crack on to?
Don't think so. No.
We're playing at the Lot Voltage, 30th of June, and you've lost this one 6-1.
Me, I might be wrong.
Probably you. That's
yeah.
We've got a picture of the Lot Vaults. Memories of playing at the Lot Vaults, Nick?
Nice table. Sometimes it was cramped because you had dots in there and people going to the toilets. and also the restaurant bit was next to the toilets as well, wasn't it? So people were going through to go to the restaurant.
A lot of traffic when you're playing your match. Yeah,
yes.
The bar was right by the tail, wasn't it?
Yeah.
They usually had a football match on. You could probably have to dart through to the other room to watch some of it, but it served a purpose.
Yes.
I like playing at the Lot Vaults. Had some good times playing there. decent venue. You've got plenty of room around the table, decent enough table. Probably in the top 50% of pool venues, do you reckon?
Yes.
Yeah, very good. So the next game is away at the Edgerton Brook Street B. We're not on to the 2016-27 season just yet, Nick. Right, so you've lost 6-1 at the Edgerton Brook Street B. Was it you?
Probably.
Anything more to say?
No.
Right, 21st of July. I mean, this has gone over 6 months. Not over a year like some Monday seasons have gone. Right, so you know what's coming next, don't you? It's come around again. It's the 21st of July, and the match is... Oh, in fact, before we get there, we've missed one.
Yeah, and I don't know so much. You haven't mentioned the cup game yet.
Yeah, exactly. 28th of April. So we go back, and it's between when you guys have lost 5-2 at home to the Royal Oak and lost away 7-0 at the Saddle. You've played us. The George Ashbrook Trophy, round 2. I think. Well, you probably got a buy in. Well, I don't know. You might have played a previous match. We wouldn't have a record for it. So yeah, talk us through what you remember about this one, and I'll be quiet.
Yeah, I remember being at work and Will down me. You know, you got cup game tonight. Yes, Nick, but I haven't got a team, Will, because most people are away. So Will got Trevor to come down, Trevor's daughter's ex-boyfriend was down there with 2 mates, so 2 of his mates played for me. Tommy and Andrew were there, so they played. I went on first. You put Alistair on. I beat him easily. And then I think then I put John on. John lost, and Andrew lost.
I'll correct you then. You put Tommy Weaver on, and Ronnie beat him.
I think sure.
This is what the records say.
I thought I went on first against Alistair.
You did, yeah. You were right in that one, yeah.
Yes. Okay.
What do you want me to tell you the scores? So we had Danny Jones on our number 15, 16 regular, and he's beaten John. And then Steve Elric, the guy who beat you last time, lost to Trev. That's right, yeah. I mean, this is at number 15 again, just in case you're wondering. Next game, M Dodd for you. Is that the boyfriend?
Now I think it's one of his mates.
The ex-boyfriend who's gone round to see their ex-partner. So what? No, that's not him. It's M Dodd is beaten. Oh, sorry, M Dodd is for us. I can't remember him. He's probably played once for us. Yeah. You've had it. You know, you go to the pub, you have a drink, you put somebody on. You probably wouldn't even recognise him in the street. Yeah. So he's beaten Andrew 1-0, and the score is 3-2 to us. Right. What's happening next?
You go on and lose against Roxy's ex-boyfriend's mate.
Oh, it's not even the ex-boyfriend. It's the ex-boyfriend's mate. That's embarrassing.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes. Yeah. So you lose.
And you can say what you like. You can say I'm being unprofessional. I am being unprofessional, and it wasn't a very respectful move to do against your team or whatever. But I went on. It's a bit of a scandal. If I was a football player or a snooker player, I'd be getting fined a lot of money for this. But I went on and I threw the game.
No, you did not.
It may have.
You tried.
It wasn't a short frame. I didn't go on. I didn't go on and deliberately put the black out of sequence or anything. It was a long game. But I had to make it look like I wasn't throwing it, and in all intents and purposes, I did the job correctly, because you still don't think I threw it.
You didn't.
I'm a good actor. He's spending time with my mate Marcus. There we go. So yeah, no, I'll let you have your say. I've had my say on that.
Yes,
you can have the final word.
My guy played well. You just didn't play very well. And then you put, I think you put someone called Steve on, didn't you?
Yeah, little Steve went on for us next.
Yes, and then his
daughter's ex-boyfriend.
No, his other mate went on.
Oh, is he another one of the ex-boyfriend's mates?
Yes.
So who's the ex-boyfriend? He didn't turn up.
He just sat down.
He was back at home with the daughter, wasn't he?
No, he was there. He was just watching.
Is that what he likes? Just watching. Anyway, we'll move on. Yeah. So, do you remember this frame?
I think Steve broke off and then didn't get another shot, did he?
I can believe. I mean, what's interesting here is our guy's called S. Williams and your guy's called S. Williams' son.
Yeah.
Don't know if he could be the son of our player, couldn't he? Like Star Wars. So yeah, you're through to the next round.
Yeah, and then we get Riley's A.
What's the score in that one?
4-0.
Anything to mention? Did you play?
Yeah, I went on first and played Tommy, who was their captain at the time. They don't have a team anymore, unfortunately. I think they won the Prem that season. I think they might have won the cup as well, so we lost to the winners, I think.
Not bad losing to the eventual winners.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got to go for it, haven't you, against a team like that? You've got to start off strong.
Yes.
So yeah, without further ado, anything more to say on that one?
No.
Okay, so it's a Cottage B versus number 16. It's the 21st of July. It's a Thursday. So, can you remember this one?
Is this the one you got Mike to come and play against me?
You do remember this one, don't we? Right, this kind of is going to fit in with what we're going to talk about later, isn't it? Because this league overlapped with the newest Monday team that you put in, which was also a Cottage B team.
Yes.
So we'll talk about it now, and we'll talk about it later, just because it's something good to talk about. So, yeah, you're right there. Do you remember anything else?
I think you won 7-0, did you?
Right. First game, Tim comes on for you against Ronnie. Tim wins. Next game is Sean goes on first. Stielric wins for us, recovering from his loss against Trev. Tommy Weaver's on next, and Ricky Bill's beaten him. Good win for Ricky. John for you. Corey Davis wins for us. That's 3-1 to us. Is this Julie Mills for you? Is this a woman I was saying?
Yeah, Tommy's carer.
Got you. Andy Holiday wins against her for us. Very good. Hopefully get Andy on this at some point. But Andrew goes on for you and wins against Marcus. So yeah, it's 4-2 at this point. But can you get the last one? Can you win this one, Nick?
You know the answer to this. You bloody turned out to play. You've not played all season just to play me.
This was a grudge match.
Just to annoy me.
This was a grudge match because you had dropped him the previous Monday for your team.
I dropped him for the singles and he played in the doubles.
Just like I did with Ronnie once in the Chester League. You never let me live it down.
Well, the thing was the week before he lost. I'd only played doubles the week before and won with him. In fact, I remember rightly that season, me and Mike played doubles. I think we played nearly all the games together, and we lost one doubles game. That was to Ray Cheers and Jim Bateman.
Yeah, that's the game you're expecting to win, though, really, isn't it?
Against Ray Cheers and Jim Bateman.
What was your win record with Mike?
We lost that. That's the only game we lost. We won every other game.
What, both of them?
What?
Or was it more like 3 or 4?
We played all the doubles together, I think.
So you're saying it was about 5 or 6, something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, good record.
Yes.
It's good when you've got a player that you can communicate well with and do well with.
Yes. And the thing is, the week when he didn't play singles is because we had too many players, and I wanted to keep everybody happy.
Yeah, I mean, yes, there are reasons for it. Yeah. Mike will probably tell you different, but yes, sometimes you can't please everybody, and it's a case of rotation sometimes, isn't it?
Yes.
But yeah, we'll talk about that, and we'll give you another good ribbing when we come round to it again in the other Monday League. So yeah, 2-5 against us, and then the next match is it's an away match, and it's against a Bridgewater, and you've got another win there.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember did I go? I think I went on first and played.
You've done well to get that. You lost 7-0 at home, and you've gone away on a table that you don't know, and you won 4-3.
Yeah.
Very commendable. But you can't remember that one so much because you were still broken after the 5-2 loss the 6-1. Sorry, the 5-2 loss the previous week.
I think yes. I think Tommy went on last that night, and everybody spent Tommy to lose, and Tommy won.
I think Tommy's played a decider in. I think probably against Fox's 17. We might come on to that. And he's what? Yeah, you've got a good win there. Do you want to use this breakwater, I could call it, to talk a bit more about the Bridgewater?
Yeah, might as well. The landlord is a very nice chap. For people who don't know Phil, he is very helpful. If you want anything, he'll try and help you. If you like pieces, you'll like playing there, because he tends to do pizzas at home. Pizza, he usually does 2 pizzas, 2 for the team, for home team, and 2 for away team. A reasonable price for drinks. Nice table. It's probably a typical home table where you can't move around so much. Do you want to chip in, Andy? And send
I'm just saying the table. Yeah, small table. You got the American balls on it, have you? They're called 9 balls. Or
yeah, I haven't got the black and white striped ones now.
Oh, what is it? Normal reds and yellows now?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's alright. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, decent enough. I mean, yeah, the small table. It doesn't. It shouldn't be something that bothers you from wanting to play in a venue. Because you have to adapt to playing all sorts of different tables and chess, don't you?
No. And the drinks are reasonable price, so
yeah, important to some people.
Well, some people moan if it's expensive, don't they?
Music. I remember at one point they were blasting out the 90s Ibiza trance hits when you were playing. Do they still do that?
Sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah.
But I do know on a Friday night they have musical night. On a Friday you can go in there and sing.
Hair with a Dog, you can go there the following night after pool as well.
Yeah.
Great. So, yeah, great. yeah, like Nick says, Nick is currently the captain of the Bridgewater team on possibly both Monday and Thursday. So if anyone's interested, you can hit Nick up and get yourself a run out playing pool. I mean, just briefly, very briefly, just tell us what sort of players you're looking for. People with experience or people with less experience, or
a bit of both would be good. As long as they enjoy play, don't take it too serious, and have a tackle awareness, not where you just go on and try and pot everything.
Team play. You want a team play, don't you?
Yes.
You play for the team.
Yes.
Great. So, yeah, we'll move on. I think we're into the final game of the season. Oh no, we're not. Yeah, sorry, we are. Final game of the season, 11th of August. Cottage B versus Across Foxes X. And you lose that one 4-3.
Yeah. I won. I think Jason's dad won, and I think Jason won.
Very good. So, yeah. Shall I crack on with the league table?
Yes, but we were bottom, weren't we?
There are quite a lot of teams in this league. Unless I've made a mistake, there's 14 teams in the league this year.
Yeah, I think there was that then.
More than in the other leagues. Yeah, so Saltley Tavern B 169, Lock Voltage 165, Cherry Orchard 159, Brewery 136. So that's the top 4. Gardeners 5th, Edgerton Brook Street B 6th, Bridgewater 7th, Saddle 8th. Oh, number 15 aren't there yet. Cross Foxes X 9th, number 15 10th, Royal Oak 11th, Edgerton Sorghel 12th, Borton Hall Cricket Club 13th on 75 points, and Cottage B on 42 points. So let's see some statistics. Right, so none of your players got a 15 ball that season. Yeah, we don't. We're gonna go to the stats. Julie Mills 3-0. Everyone that's played more than 3 games, I'll tell you. John 25-2, Andrew 23-2, Emma 6-2, Tommy 19 games played, 3 wins, Tim on 50%, 6-3, Sean 9-4, Jason 24-5, and then his dad 24-7, Nick Allen 26-8. So anything more to say on that season?
I think we came where we expected to come, and we did as well as we could.
Respectable. Yeah.
I think everybody enjoyed it.
It's wonderful. So into the 2016-27 season now, and this is a newest Cottage B team. Okay. Yeah. So talk us about how this team came about.
Right. Well, your team was basically going to fold, wasn't it? So
yeah,
Ronnie wanted to play still.
We were just sticking to Thursday.
Andy Harway, is it?
Andy Holiday, yeah.
He wanted to play still. You did.
Yeah.
And Ronnie said he knew Chris. Chris said Chris was going to come and play with us. Andy was going to get Mike, and then there was and me as captain. Didn't do too bad the first season, did we?
Well, I've got that I didn't play in I dropped in but didn't play in the first 6 games. I think I was just happy to watch. I think it was the first 6 games anyway. Do you remember what the first game of the season was?
I'm guessing, as it's the way what it says on there is we're away to Gardener's A.
No, that wasn't the first game. I don't know why.
Was it Cottage versus Cottage?
It might have been the first game, but I haven't even got it listed on the sheet.
Right,
could have been.
I can't remember who we played first. Anyway.
Well, the first game I've got is Little Oak away.
Maybe it was them, yeah.
And then Cross Foxes B at a neutral venue at Riley's. Lock A at home. Riley's A at home. Gardeners B away. Yeah, so that's probably why I've got this up. Gardeners B. Yeah, interesting story about the Gardeners when we were going there a few years before. Ronnie had to follow me to it, I think, because we didn't know where it was, and it's that one-way system. You can see, and they were doing some roadworks, and I drove past and left Ronnie head on in oncoming traffic, and he would never forgive me for that. He would never let that go. So apologise to Ronnie if you're listening somehow. Yeah, the Gardeners. I don't know if they've still got the American pool balls there, have they?
I don't know, because I haven't played there for a while.
Yeah, you say it's not really an active pool venue at the moment.
No.
The next, is it? No. Yeah. Well. Yeah. We'll talk about the Piper as well afterwards, because that's another game we've played quite early on in the year before I was actually playing. I remember I wasn't driving and I came on public transport to the Piper, and it took a long time to walk from the train station. So only if you drive in the Piper, if you're not driving, the Piper are a very difficult place to get to. Did you get a lift there, Nick, when you played at the Piper?
Well, my mum and dad lived near the Piper, so I went to theirs for tea, then came down to. And just got a taxi back with everybody.
You've
else.
got to have a plan. I remember you did get a taxi and I had to leave quite early. I think that was a close one actually at the Piper. I think it might have gone to a decider. I think you were taking that one quite seriously.
Yeah, I think we lost 4-3, didn't we?
Yeah, I can believe that. The Talbot away. No, sorry, ignore that. So I'm guessing the date is something like the 16th of July. Let's add that up with the last Cottage match. What was that date that we've just had? The date we're looking out for here is the 21st of July. So yeah, I'm going to say that 21st of July. Yeah, so in fact it would have been this game here on the 18th of July 2016, Little Oak at home, and you've lost 5-2, and I've actually played in the doubles with you against Jim Bateman and B. Gleave, and I also lost a single against Jim Bateman, but I'll argue that wasn't the match you dropped Mike in. I imagine Mike's not turned up for that one because
I don't think Mike turned up for that one now.
I imagine it was probably something like the Piper, well, probably not the Piper, but I imagine it was a match that I wasn't at where that's happened. So you're getting off easy, Nick, because I can't pinpoint the game where you actually did drop him. But we had a good go at you before, so this is a Gardeners away. Yeah. You've lost 6-1. I've lost against Roy Aitken. But in if you can think who you played or anything else. Or shall I just carry on?
Carry on, I remember who played.
The 1st of August, we're playing at home to the Cross Foxes, and we've lost 6-1. I've won the game for you that night against, I think that's Wes James. I think I beat Wes James the odd time, probably in that tournament where I played and that Mick Hill was in, and I got one round, not as far as he did. I played with you in the doubles against Matt Barnes and Barry Jans, and we've lost in that one. We lost 6-1. That's a good Cross Foxes A side, that is.
Yeah, well, they won the Prem, didn't they, last season in the third league? That lot faults. They won the actual league, didn't they?
I'll take your word for that. Yeah, I'm sure lots of people will resonate on you saying that. Next game is we lose away at the Spittle 7-0. I double it with Andy Holliday to play Melia and Naz. I also lost with against Craver in the. Yeah, I remember that one actually. Graham Craven. He was a decent enough player. Sort of Ellesmere Port based, and I think I probably should have done better in that one, and we lost 7-0. Memories of playing the Spittle. You can see it on the screen.
What a hardboard table.
Small again.
Small cloth need replacing.
Tight pockets.
Yes.
I think I had good memories. Some good memories. Nice little venue to play at.
A nice little venue because we do play Baggy Tailgate songs.
Good food.
Good food. It's just a table, really. But that's the team who's playing the Prem, don't they now? But they play. Like I said earlier, they've joined up with one of the Little Oak teams.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah. You still play Bagatelle, Nick, by the way?
Before lockdown, we were, yeah.
You were, right? Yeah. What night's that on? Any
Wednesday.
budding Bagatelle players listening? A Wednesday, right? Yeah. So Riley's B away is another good match. Another good team, and I lose against Dan Gittins and also with Ronnie against Dee Flaherty and Joe Ashbrook. Do you remember that one? Probably a nice one to forget that.
Is that the one where somebody broke up and their guy had a chance of 15-ball clearance?
Wouldn't surprise me. Yeah. The Riley's players generally get 15-ball clear. I mean, the only difference is in Monday you have to pot one of. You can't go the ball you don't pot off your break, can you? So it's a bit harder.
No.
So next match we win against Edgerton Brook Street B, and I win against Nathan Dean. No, sorry, lost against Nathan Dean, someone who I have won and lost with in the past. Any memories of that win? About time we got a win.
I think the man had a few go at it some 13, didn't they?
Say that again.
I think their landlord had a go at their team, didn't they?
Oh, for losing. Oh,
for losing to us. Yeah. I think they expected to hammer us.
Yeah, believable. Cherry Orchard away. I lose against M. Edwards. That's another 7-0. I think.
That's another team that all Prem players, aren't they? Really.
I think the likes of like Andy and Mike were sort of quite new in the league at this point, weren't they?
Yeah, they were learning. They were learning the rules as well, weren't they?
But yeah, it's a very good team to play against again. Cross Foxes B at home. Avoid result. 3rd of October 2016. Can you think why that would have been?
Against who?
Foxes B at home. Avoid result. And I'd actually played with Andy Holliday against Sam and Mark, not the comedy duo or kids TV duo. Avoid result. Anyone that's listening who remembers 3rd of October 2016, what that void result could have been, please let us know. Or if it comes to you, Nick, let us know. And the next match, I didn't play, and we played Little Oak B at home. I probably popped by and said hi. if I was driving, Little Oak B away, or on the train, or going to the gym, because I often saw you, didn't I, Nick, when I was going to the Northgate Arena to the gym, from Liverpool, from college. Yeah, Little Oak B away. I haven't even got the score on that one. And that is. I've got a load more fixtures here, Nick. So we've got Talbot away, 24th of October 2016. And then 31st of October was a knockout KO. Just interrupt me if anything comes to mind. D Miller at home.
Do we hammer the D Miller, didn't we not?
Did we hammer them, did you say?
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you. I remember playing them when I was at number 15, I think it was. I can't remember them, unless it was with, I don't know. Riley's A at home, Edgerton A away. I think we might get to that one. Yeah, there's a Piper, just on our pictures. I'm leaving Edgerton to the end. We've got Riley's B. Well, we've got Cottage A at home. Can you remember that one?
Is that the one where Andy Holloway broke off, and they argued about him not he possibly wanted each and he didn't nominate?
Very believable.
And he said yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Did he?
And I was refereeing, and I said, I didn't hear you, Andy. Ron was refereeing, and he said he didn't hear him.
Yeah, he probably looking the other way.
Then Tim had 2 shots, and Andy wasn't happy bunny. I think Andy never and I don't think Andy came again because of it.
And anything else that night you can remember?
No.
Yeah, sorry, I missed out the Edgerton away, the Piper at home, the Lock A away. I mean, I can't remember if I was turning up for these. I don't remember that with Andy, so I probably wasn't. Yeah, now we're Cottage A at home, December 2016. Interesting not nominating. That happened in the Moscone Cup this year, just gone. But the American player realised straight away that he didn't nominate, and there was no fuss kicked up about it. But it does happen, not nominating, so it's certainly nothing to be ashamed of. Little Oak away, Little Oak A away was the next one.
Yeah, I think we lost that. We lost that for 4-3. I think me and Mike went on. They broke, and nothing went down. Mike missed the easy shot. Their guy potted the white, and I cleared up.
Very good.
And told my team that's how they should all play. Because I only played the doubles. I didn't play singles.
So they said you should have gone on earlier and gone for it.
Well, you played. Chris played. Ron played. Andy Holloway played.
You're saying they shouldn't have played the riffraff that were playing in the singles matches, and you should have gone on. It's believable. I mean, you were certainly coming into your own by this stage, Nick, as a pool player.
Then there would. That's all I can remember for that one.
I mean, from then on, we went to Gardeners A at home, and I'll give you a choice here, Nick. I mean, I haven't got much to say about these matches because I wasn't there at home. But I mean, if you've got a lot to say about them, we can make it a 2-part episode and continue next week. Or if you don't think you have got much to say about them, we can finish it tonight.
Only one game.
You want to do one more game, or do you just want
to? There's one game I can remember thinking about.
Right. Well, we'll carry on then. Gardeners A at home. Just give me a brief, if you can think of anything.
I think they slaughtered us.
Probably best to move on. Foxes A away.
I think that was 5-2 to them.
That's plausible. 16th of January Cup KO date. Probably. Can you remember the cup that year?
I think we played Gardeners. I think we played Gardeners B, and we won 4-3. But the week before we played we played Gardeners B, but I wasn't there. I was on holiday. Told the guys I was going to be away, and only Chris and Ron turned up. We were at home, so Chris and Ron played, and they got people in the pub to play, and the team lost because only Ronnie and Chris turned up.
Oh, it's wonderful. Spittle at home.
I played Dale, who was the landlord then, and he was the captain of the Spittle team. Now he's the captain of the Little Oak, I believe. And me and Dale had a good game. Dale won. Dale just won. Then I went to Blackpool. So I think we got slaughtered.
Week off was next. I mean, these are long leagues. I mean, this is a league that spans about a year, isn't it? This one.
Yeah.
Full calendar year. Riley's B at home.
Yeah, I think Mike broke off and one of their guys did a 16-ball clearance that might be potting, I think.
Yeah. It's good to do a 15-baller on the cottage table though.
Yes.
Easier on the Rileys. Edgerton B away.
Oh.
I mean, let's talk about the Edgerton as a venue. Decent enough table, decent enough food. You go to the bar, you can get a nettle cider. Always an atmosphere.
Yeah, nice bunch of people.
Nice bunch of people, yeah. Plenty of banter.
Yes.
You get kicked out if you're not drinking. Yeah, and they even had the Pro Cup balls there. They had tournament matches there. The women's finals night was there one year. Yeah, a good team to have a local rivalry with, the Edgerton.
Yes.
So that's the Edgerton away. Anything to say about the actual match?
Not really, no.
Okay, well, Cherry Orchard at home. Lockby away.
Nothing about those two.
Week off. Cross Foxes B at home.
Yeah, we won that easily, I think.
Very good. Little Oak B at home.
We lost 4-3, but they're all Prem players, so I was happy with a foot and losing. I don't of course don't like losing, but I was happy to get 3 points against them.
Yeah, you would be. Yeah, every frame counts in the Monday League, and you don't get any extra points for winning a match. Gardeners B away.
A good win against them.
Anything to mention?
No.
Talbot at home, 3rd of April. Can't even think where the Talbot is off the top of my head.
I'm trying to think of that myself.
Yeah, I think it's quite local, isn't it? To the cottage. Hidden away. Final game of the season. Home to the D Miller.
Yeah, I think we had a 7-0 that night to us.
Or maybe it was a 7-0. Yeah. Well, a great way to end the season, if that is true. Of course, if you and anyone that's playing with you remember more, you could probably cover it again in another episode. We've only touched on it there. Yes, so without further ado, let's go to the 2017 season, and we're just going to finish up on the Cottage B team, which is still going, and hopefully will still be going after lockdown. I'm sure it will be. And this is where the Cottage B team, which you used to play for, Nick, and you're now playing for us, for the Cross Foxes, 17. So yeah, without further ado, let's get on. And it's Cross Foxes 17 versus the new Cottage B team. So, can you remember it? I think that picture is probably from the actual night.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, Dan's there, isn't he? And Ron's grandson.
Yeah.
Yes. I think correct me if I'm wrong, did we not win 7-0?
I don't think so. I think I've only been in a team that's beaten this Cottage B team 7-0 once.
Why you lost then?
It might have been a bit closer, this one. Yeah.
I remember me and Mike winning and Ronnie winning. I thought you and Dan won as well. I think it's Marcus or Alistair might have won.
Yeah.
Just Jeff
escaping.
Was Jeff there that night?
Yeah, I bet Jeff was there.
Because he's not in the photo, is he? Cause...
No. Yeah. Tired eyes are looking for this. Looking for this result here. I can't. Oh, Colton. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, Cross Foxes 17-4, Cottage 3, 12th of January 2017. Can you actually remember it being that close? This is week 7 of the league. So,
no, definitely.
So you're right, Jeff Pogie's got on first and he's won against John. No, Jay O'Brien, Jason, right? 1-0 to Cross Foxes 17. Yeah, Marcus has gone on, he's lost to Andrew. And then S. Davis has come on for us and won 1-0 against, obviously 1-0, against T. Green of them. Corey Davis for us, 1-0 against John. And then Tyler Davis for us has lost. And you weren't playing in this one, Nick.
I must not come over yet by then, must I?
No. Would you still have been at the Cottage B team, or you weren't playing for either?
I might have been playing for Cliff, weren't I? But I just transferred over, maybe.
Yeah, that's true. I remember now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. We probably won't talk too much about Thursday, considering it is sort of a Monday night archive. But do you want to mention anything about playing? Where was it? You were playing at the. Yeah, the one by the North Gate, wasn't it?
Oh, Johnson Dragon.
Yeah.
Not two. There was 2 tables. They were quite close, and they had a discos on. It didn't really suit me because of my epilepsy. I stroke like, so I had to so I eventually decided I couldn't play there. Mike already left anyway, and he won't get some games. We're turning up every week, and they're ringing other people up to come play.
Well, that set the mark for the St. Werburgh's team that I'm sure we'll talk about at some point.
Yes.
When we all got together again. So yeah, the score at the moment is 3-2 to us with 2 games to play. Alistair loses against A. O'Brien, and in the final, Dave Davis wins for us against Tommy Weaver. So there's Tommy Weaver in the decider coming up short. Yeah, and there we go. You can see. This is when we were doing our famous, whenever we won, we used to all get a ball up and hold it in the air and have a photo take. So you can see a few of us doing that now.
Yeah.
So yeah, you well and truly were playing for us by the time this game came around, the return fixture at the Cottage on the 27th of April. Okay, so...
Yeah, I've had a few big wins by then, haven't I?
Yeah, but we're not... Yeah, I mean, it's weird, but we're not talking about when you were playing for Cross Factor 17. The focus is on the Cottage B team here,
Yeah.
Nick.
Yes.
We can call it Foxy's 17 another time.
Yes.
Unless you really want to say something, I'm not going to stop you.
No. Another time.
T Wright loses to Mike Field in the first one, but then T Green wins against C Roberts for us. If that's Charlie Roberts, that's the first time he's turned up. See, I'm not sure. It's Charlie. I don't think Charlie turned up in a league game for us. C Rob, I'm not sure. I'm sure I'll think of it. Jeff goes on and he wins against Julie, so that's 2-1 to us. Emily beats Alistair, 2-2. Ronnie beats Tommy Weaver, 3-2 to us. And then Tim Watts beats Dan Platt, Ronnie's grandson, that's 3-3. And it sets up a decider, which is...
John and me.
Yeah.
And I win.
Yeah, well done. Pleasing to get the decider win. A good point to end, I think, on you winning a decider.
Yes.
Yeah, just looking at brewery. Something else to comment on the brewery is where we managed to find a nice place where Alistair could completely trap himself between a load of tables. And can you name this venue? Yeah.
Can I name this venue?
Yeah.
I'm guessing it's probably the Foxes.
I don't think so. No, it's Flags, but it's not the Centurion. So I don't know how I'm going to put this on, but I'm going to put it on somehow. So you might get to name the venue if you're listening. You might not, but if you do, just name it on the card. And if you're really astute, you might find another venue which I've put down, and it was a wrong venue. So yeah. It's goodbye from me. This has been a nice short one tonight, but I think we've got through a lot, and hopefully it makes reasonably good listening. So yeah, what can you say, Nick?
Thanks for everybody listening. I hope everyone enjoyed it.
And we'll leave it there.
Yes.
If you're lying in bed listening to it, which is probably good, and you're listening to it to get to sleep, then have a very good night and stay well rested.
We want Al to at least get to 4 games, captaincy. He'll probably put on fucking self on first, won't you, Al?
Well, that's not a bad idea because he can kick those.
No. Yeah, that's a good point. Put this shit player on first. Only joking, Al.